Pittsburgh Steelers offensive coordinator Matt Canada is blaming the players for the Steelers' stalled offense and taking zero accountability. And also, before I get into that story, I just want to cover this one first. So, we all remember Kenny Pickett, and it looked like he made an audible at the line of scrimmage when he hit George Pickens for the game-winning touchdown, which made many wonder if Matt Canada had anything to do with the touchdown, or did Kenny Pickett take all the credit? And maybe is that why Matt Canada looked so mad in the booth when it panned over to him after the game-winning touchdown? Well, Kenny Pickett, he cleared the air in an interview done about the play and about the protection, and he had this to say about it. Yeah, it was protection and then the route. They went zero. I wanted to make sure we were protected and gave George the route. He went and made a great play. It's something that we've worked on all week, so it's awesome when you put a lot of time into something and it comes up in a critical moments like that to win a divisional game in the 2-minute drill. It's awesome. So that's what he had to say about it, basically meaning and confirming that he switched the route to a go route, which you obviously see him point up to if you look closely during the play, before the play, I mean. And then you can also hear him make adjustments. So obviously he's protecting from the blitz and protecting from the defense, and them leaving George Pickens in man-to-man. No high safety, no double team. George Pickens one-on-one against Marlon Humphrey. Taking that shot is the best possible situation for the Steelers, and Kenny Pickett switched the play. So Matt Canada apparently had nothing to do with it, per Kenny Pickett, other than the fact that Matt Canada and the offensive system was put in during the week, meaning that maybe like the scheme of the play, being able to audible to that, was put in during the week, which Matt Canada put in. But Kenny Pickett actually did it himself without any communication to the offense coordinator during the live actual game. So Matt Canada, on the other hand, when talking to the media, asked about the play, and he had a response saying that the play call was actually still a go route, but Kenny Pickett just switched the protection. Well, that doesn't match the story of Kenny Pickett, who said he switched the route and the protection. So those two kind of aren't on the same page there with their story. Matt Canada saying that the go route was already the play call, but the protection wasn't. But all in all, that's the kind of clearing the air on the play and what really happened on the play call that looked like Kenny Pickett made all the adjustments, and Matt Canada looked really angry in the booth after the play. So that's the first story. But obviously the title of this video is Matt Canada blaming the players and taking zero accountability for the Steelers' offensive struggles so far this season. In an interview done with 93.7 The Fan, he had talked about the players and the system, how it's going so far this season, and he said, I feel really good with where we are, which doesn't make sense because the offense is one of the worst in the league. So how can you feel good about where we are if the offense scores no more than like 7 points in the entire game, and that came in the final quarter? So the Steelers, their offense isn't good, but he went on to talk about it more. Here's his quote. Our players are certainly frustrated and disappointed with their production, but I don't think there's a lack of belief in them and in each other and where they think they can go, and understand they gotta be better. And we're sitting here, we like them to be better, but there's a lot of football left, and I think there's a good vibe from them, from the guys, about going out to play the rest of the season and certainly do what they expected to do coming into the season. So I read that quote a little bit slower to kind of understand everything he said there, and it seems like he's only talking about the players being better. He's only talking about the expectations they put out for themselves, how they're not matching it so far this season, and stuff like that nature. But he never mentions once about the actual himself calling the plays, we gotta be better. It's always just they gotta be better, which obviously means that he's talking about strictly the players and not a system and not himself. I don't believe the players have been too bad. other than maybe some route running concepts where maybe they're not getting open, like getting too much separation on the routes. The offensive line, it has not been completely bad, but it has not been the greatest offensive line either. It's kind of been like in the middle. The quarterback play, obviously, up and down throughout the season so far, but Matt Canada's play calling, it looks no different than last year either. So the whole team got to be better. It's not just that the players and the expectations they put on themselves, they're not matching it, so they got to be better. The whole team has to be better, and that's where there's a problem because he's taking zero accountability and just deflecting the blame to the players, which doesn't really add up because Pittsburgh Steelers offense players have every right to be frustrated as they're currently one of the worst offenses in the league, ranking 29th in total points, 30th in total yards, 27th in passing yards, and 30th in total rushing yards. The running game has been basically non-existent. Yes, throughout late in games and throughout portions of the game, like a drive or so, it steps up. The running plays step up. The running backs break loose for yards, but consistently throughout the game, we just have not seen that yet. Even the passing game, consistently through the game, we have not seen it. Yes, we could see it for a drive or so where they put up plays and put up a touchdown, but we have not seen it consistently through a game, or at least consistently through like 3 quarters. Obviously, sometimes you stall out for like a quarter, but through 3 quarters, we have not seen it. So the offense, it can't just all be on the players. He has to take responsibility for himself. Also, one last thing. We all hear the chants of fire Matt Canada, and just recently we heard it during the Pittsburgh Penguins game. There was chants going on during the home game of Pittsburgh Penguins, and the crowd was chanting fire Canada, fire Canada. And Matt Canada was asked about this, and he said no comments. He did not want to comment, so obviously that means that he's heard the chants and he didn't reflect it and say that he didn't hear it. So he's hearing it. He's feeling the pressure from the fans, not only the Steelers fans, but from the Pittsburgh Penguins fans as well. Obviously, they're both in Pittsburgh, so they're going to be fans of both teams. But at a Pittsburgh Penguins game, I've seen it kind of funny. They're chanting Fire Canada at a Penguins game and not a Steelers game. But it looks like Matt Canada taking zero accountability, blaming the players. He has to be more of a people's leader and be one of the best leaders. He has to take the blame. Usually people, coaches, and the higher ups in that situation will take the blame, say, I gotta be better, even though we already heard that many times from just say Mike Tomlin and stuff like that. We're saying, I gotta be better. It's better off saying that than deflecting the blame onto other people. Matt Canada, he isn't directly calling out his players for the reason, but he's kind of like hinting at it being the offense's fault and not his fault. And that's why I believe that he's taking zero accountability for it, and he's not seeing any difference. And him saying he likes where the offense is at just does not make any sense when they're basically almost last in every single category you can be on offense. So, with that being said, let me know down in the comments below. How do you feel about his comments of blaming, deflecting it onto the players, taking zero accountability? And also, how do you feel as though him saying that he's good with where the offense is at? How do you feel about Kenny Pickett basically switching the play, Matt Canada saying he didn't switch the play, and those two having different opinions about the play and what actually happened? Who do you think actually made the play call? Let me know down in the comments below. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below as well if you like series content, analysis and reports, highlights, news, rumors, analysis, film breakdown, everything like that, reactions. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below, turn on notifications to the channel. I make a video every single day covering Steelers, and if you want to stay up to date, I'm here for it. So, like, comment, subscribe with notifications on, and I'll see you guys all later. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.